Hello, everyone. My name is Dominic Maria. I'm an agent with Porcupine Real Estate, and I am joined here today by Tony Capraro III from State Farm Insurance. How are you, Tony?
Doing great, Dominic. How you doing today?
Doing very good. So we are here today for another installment of our Get Moving Home Ownership and Finance Basics with Porcupine Real Estate. And today we're going to continue talking about insurance. We're going to talk a little bit about the red flags that may come up when you're looking to get a homeowner's policy for the first time. Tony, what are the red flags that you've seen affect people trying to get insurance?
Well, what you want to look for, first of all, is the condition of the home that you're buying. And what I like to say to folks, Dominic, is make sure you get that home inspection because you don't want any anxiety of things happening once you've got the home and you've gotten everything moved in. I look for it and I say to my clients, when you're looking at that, look at the condition of the roof, look at the outside, look at the plumbing, look at the electrical. We have a lot of older homes, and you want to make sure that the electrical is up to code because that could hinder you from getting the insurance. The other thing we look at is the roof. A lot of companies now, in fact, most of them are using drones so they can go in and check out the home completely 360, 180, whatever it is, and say, okay, this needs to be fixed or this needs to be taken care of. I think also for people, credit is one of those things. But as I've talked to other realtors, including yourself, if they get the home and they qualify for the home, more than likely 99% of the time, they're going to be able to get the homeowner's insurance. I think it's just a case of, as I talk to all of our clients, is making sure you get us involved at the beginning. And again, I love to partner with realtors from the very start of the process because we can talk about the red flags that may be something that halts that closing, which is none of us want that, including the new homeowner.
So as far as like the condition of the home, so if it's a home that they know that there's some issues with, so let's say like we know that the roof's probably at the end of its lifespan, is
Yep.
it still something they can get insurance on, or do they need to like, is it going to be okay for them to buy a house that they know is going to need a roof replacement in the next few years?
Well, that's a great question, Dominic. In the old days, and I've been doing this for 36 years, I'm a dinosaur in this business. You could say, I'm buying this home, and here's my agreement that I will be putting a new roof on this home. Here's the contract I'll be working with. And the insurance company in the old days would say, hey, no problem. These days, over probably the last 3 to 5 years, it's that roof needs to be changed or replaced before you can get that insurance in place. So, sir, that's a great question.
So, okay, so that means that if there was a situation, now the roof is not in failure, but it's close to the end of its life.
Yes.
That means you would still have to have a plan in place to look at that roof.
That is correct, because that's the biggest loss today is roofs, and people will go 20 and 30 years without replacing or fixing a roof. So most of the companies, the insurance companies, including State Farm, are very what word do I want to use? Curious to see how that roof is, and exactly what you said. How many more years of longevity does it have? Because again, I can assure you, in all my years, that roof that, as you said, maybe has 2 or 3 years left to it. One heavy snowstorm or one heavy rainstorm like we've had, you're got a pool in your home, one you don't want.
Right. Hey, that's a good point. And then as far as credit goes, is there a range that you have you had issues with people not being able to get homeowners insurance due to credit, or is it just the rates that get affected by the credit?
That's a great point. Credit is usually the rates. Condition of the home is usually, how they don't get approved, they get declined. And again, the great thing about having an agent is, again, I'm tooting my own horn here, but they can work with underwriting at whatever company they're at, Dominic, to get that through and make it happen. Again, underwriters are not the salespeople or the marketing people that you see.
Right.
They have a very fixed thing, not much of a sense of humor, Dominic, because I deal with them every day. But we can massage that with underwriting. There are never any guarantees with clients. Believe it or not, nowadays we put an application in for homeowners. They can underwrite it in 24 hours using the drone and say, boom, issued. Or if there are issues, they say, hey, we need to look at this, this, and this. Because what most people don't look at when they're buying that home, and we say to them, look at the electrical and look at the plumbing. Those are the two big things that could cause you issues. And again, I'm going back to the home inspector. Please spend that money. It will be well worth it in the long run.
Right. A lot of people too at the when they're going under contract or trying to get an offer accepted will be waiving inspections.
I saw that a lot.
I always recommend going with an inspection, but sometimes you do, in order to get the leg up on the competition,
Yes.
want to pay those inspections. Never a good idea, but it does happen. And I do like to point out to people that you can get a home inspection after the fact too, just so you have a
Yes.
clear list of the things that you need to do once you own the house. So
That's a great point, Dominic. Spend the money, folks. It'll be well worth it. You don't want those hidden surprises.
well, thank you very much, Tony. If anybody wants to get in touch with you with specific questions about their insurance, how is the best way to reach them?
Well, let me do this right. It's www.trusttc3, that's how you can come in on my website, or call us here on Kelly Street in Manchester, 603-623-3537.
Great. And again, my name is Dominic. I'm an agent with Porcupine. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at dominic@porcupinerealestate.com. I look forward to working with you. Thanks again, Tony, and you have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.
You too, folks. Thank you.